Oh man. Hey everybody. Come on in. I'll tell you one thing. Menopause ain't no joke. Let me scoot this back a little bit more. So I can get in the screen. There we go. Y'all come on in as we are getting started. Let me start everything. And I want to first of all shout out to everybody that is already tuned in. I definitely appreciate you guys just for keeping up with the couch and keeping up with me and encouraging me. You guys are definitely some great couch potatoes, and I love y'all so much. So let's get it popping.
For the Couch Chronicles, where there ain't no fucking limits.
Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 8 Central Time. You don't never want to miss a couch. Trust me, it ain't no fucking limits. I said none.
Period. Now this first song that I'm going to play is from my new album, Elevate. If you haven't already heard Elevate, go listen to it. Let me know what you think. This one is called Move On. And because today is mental health talk, excuse me, I really thought this song was very fitting as one of the songs that I chose. For those that don't know, I actually recorded my whole album in a lot of pain and mentally, physically, and emotionally. So this album is very, very special to me. So each song really has a deeper meaning than you would ever imagine. So this one is called Move On. But I had a reason. Everyone told me to just call on Jesus for good, and they said they called him when I needed me. Left me for dead and didn't even check on me. The damage that it did to me, I forgive but stop fucking with me. Let go, move on, forgive. You wrong, you wasn't wrong. But how you was feeling bad, true that I mentioned it's only something. Just being patient, so let go, move on, forgive, be grown. You grown, say you grown. Just move on, move on, move on. Let go, move on. album, Elevate, is called Move On. Sometimes it's hard for us to move on, especially when someone has hurt us to the max. Today is Mental Health Talk on the Couch, and I do this every month because it's a subject that is very important. It's a subject that needs to be talked about. And even if you won't talk about it, I am. So I got a little bit of things to tell you guys before we get started. Coming up on the couch this Thursday, Sarah Foreman, and next month is Regina Wells. If you didn't catch Regina's first time on the couch, you should go back and rewatch the episode. That way you'll know what's going on and you won't be like, what are we talking about? Because this is actually stemming from the very first interview that we did, and you definitely would want to know what's going on because it's very serious, especially in the judicial system, how the police do us as people, and they do, kids, just in general. It's a lot of stuff that's going on in this world, and we got to talk about it. So that's what we're going to get into when Regina gets here. This Thursday with Sarah, like I said, you guys already know it's No Limits. You never know what I might ask her. And I've been knowing Sarah even before prison, so it won't just be questions about prison. Dallas BET Awards are right around the corner. If you are one of those ones that are going, make sure you tap in with the couch because this will be my second time going. Shout out to Moneyman Rado for booking the couch again. Also, I will be media August the 5th for the Outside Tour. Shout out to It's Gorgeous for even thinking about me again. That's dope. That's dope. I'm all about building relationships. I'm all about just making not just business relationships, but build an actual relationship with the people. Everyone, I try to, that way if they ever need something, they'll think of me just like how I'm being thought of now. And I mean, I encourage everybody to do that, build relationships. Don't just think, oh, well, I'm gonna go to this show and not say nothing. Well, go to the show, speak, introduce yourself, tell people who you are, So I will be media for that one. Also, it will be hosted by your guy, One Eye. If you don't know who One Eye is, he runs, well, not really runs, but he's one of the main voices in the #1 hip hop and R&B radio station in Oklahoma City. So do your own research, check him out, because trust me when I say you don't want to miss it. PBE Pluto, it's going to be a lot of different artists that's going to be on this tour. Niecy J, and you don't want to miss them. Trust me, you don't. And if you're going to pop up and pop out, make sure you tap in with the couch too. July 30th is Fuck Fentanyl. If you've lost anyone from fentanyl, if you've lost anybody from fentanyl, please make sure to send their information in. Just like Mental Health Talk, I'm going to start this video over again. Because for Mental Health Talk, I always want to post anyone that we've lost from a mental health issue. Not because of anything except for keeping their name alive. Some people aren't as strong as you. And some people aren't as strong as you or you. Some people don't know how to cope when they get so stressed out or when life just starts lifing you. Like, life be lifing. I lost one of my good friends, Justin, and it seemed like everything was okay. It seemed like he was living life. It seemed like he was having a good time. He had a daughter. It seemed like it, but life be lifing, and it can turn at any given moment. At any given moment. And you can find yourself on the other side of the encouragement. You might have been that one that's always encouraged people like, hey, and lifting people up, but one day you might need to be lifted up. One day you might need to be encouraged. One day it could be you. It could be any of us. And although I do a lot of, I'm an energy person. I do a lot of giving my energy away because I'm not put on this earth to keep all this energy to myself. But there's times where I need it, especially now more than ever. I'm finding myself on the other side of the encouragement. Like, I need the encouragement right now. So, you know, even with fentanyl or mental health issues, I always want to honor anyone that we've lost, because just like we keep George Floyd's name alive, or Breonna Taylor, or anyone that's passed away that we don't even know, we keep their name alive. So why not keep the names alive of the people that we actually knew? That's what I'm gonna always do. So if you've lost anybody from any mental health issues or fentanyl, please make sure that you send me in their picture and their information. That way we can always see them behind me. Keep their face alive, keep their names alive. You know. Next prison jail talk is August the 5th, 6th, 8th, and 9th. Come share your story. Your story can help somebody. Even if you're like, oh, well, I didn't go to prison, I just went to jail. Guess what? Even if you say, you know what, I only went to jail for 24 hours and I bonded out, but I'm still a felon. You are who I want to talk to as well. Hey, Joker. You are who I want to talk to as well. Because it's not just us that went to prison that go through it. It's everyone who has a felony on their record. I want to talk. We need to talk. Shroom Talk, July the 29th. If you would like to know more about magic mushrooms, the positives and the downside, because just because shrooms are the safest recreational drug does not mean that it's always safe. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes people alter the candies, sometimes people alter the shrooms to affect you in a different way, thinking that it's going to help you get higher, but really they're fucking you up. So we're going to talk more about that on the 29th. And again, shout out to all my couch potatoes that have been keeping up with the couch and have been encouraging me. I love you guys so much. I'm so appreciative. Even the new ones that come in, thank you so much. Keep coming in, keep telling people about the couch. Right now, I'm an award-winning podcast, but I would go for round 2 again this year. So if you get a chance, I'm going to post it on my page. If you get a chance, go vote for the couch. All you got to do is look up OKC People's Choice Awards and go down to discussions and go to the podcast area and vote for me as your favorite podcast. I know I usually say I'm more consistent in your sex life, but since I've been in a lot of pain, I haven't been as consistent. But I'm getting back in the groove of being back on the couch every day and trying to get back to an hour. Right now, it's hard to be on for an hour because I'm in so much pain in this area. So if you see me like doing a lot of it's because I'm hurting. Tomorrow I get one of my procedures done again on my back. So we're gonna go back for the back. Yeah. Hopefully it gets it situated, but I have to get 4 I can't even think of the name of the shot. But hopefully it helps me out, because if you guys didn't know, being in pain can affect your mental health. Going through so much and everything coming down on you at the same time can affect your mental health. It's so many things that can affect your mental health, and you have to be strong. But even if you find yourself not being strong, please don't think that somebody is going to look at you like you're weak. Don't ever think that, because there's people that will be here to help you and encourage you. For real. I'm going to jump into another song, and we're going to jump right back into mental health talk. It's mental health talk on the couch. If you would like to come up and share your story, you're more than welcome to come up on Instagram or Facebook and share your story. Let me get the TikTok on, because I actually forgot. I've just been talking. But it's all good, because we just now about to get it started. I can't make this shit up. And that word, just that saying, period, is like, you know, whenever you trying to tell somebody something that you're going through and they really looking at you like you crazy and you literally like, okay, I'm not making this up. Like, it sounds ridiculous, but I'm not making none of this up. Life be life, and sometimes it be life and so much that it seems like a movie. It seems unreal, but it's really real life. Life be fucking happening and just be putting you in some fucked up ass positions sometimes, and you're like, God dang, what do I do? What do I do? Since I've had my hysterectomy, and I had a total hysterectomy, it threw me into menopause early. I wasn't supposed to be menopausing for another few more years, I'm sure. But for those of you that don't know, like, the effects of menopause can impact your mental health, causing feelings of anxiety, stress, depression, anger, irritableness, forgetfulness, loss of self-esteem, loss of self-confidence, low mood, sadness, depression, poor concentration, and sleep problems. And even though, you know, they say, just take your medicine, you'll be okay, do this, do that. Well, what if you are one of those ones that's like, hey, I don't want to take any hormone pills. I want to be able to do this on your own, like myself. I want to be able to do this on my own without feeling like I'm being altered by a medicine. And it's fucked up because I'm feeling all of this. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling anxious. a lot of anxiety. I'm feeling all of that. And even though I know, okay, this is because of menopause. It's not just because I'm just actually just so depressed that, no, it's intensified. And sometimes it gets hard to get out of that mind fucking way. It's like, hey, good evening. You get to mind fucking yourself. And sometimes it gets hard to get out of that because a mind it's your mind, it's you talking, and then even though you like, okay, I know that I'm depressed because of this, I'm like, stay strong. That don't stop these big ass tears from falling down my face. That don't stop me from feeling like the world is against me. Even though I know the world isn't against me. It's just that I'm menopausing. And unfortunately, my emotions are everywhere. Everywhere. And as strong as I'm trying to be, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough for anybody that deals with a mental health issue. It's tough with anybody that is going through anything and they're afraid to talk about it. Because it is sometimes scary to talk about. Not knowing if people are going to judge you, not knowing if people are going to talk shit about you or call you weak. Well, calling me weak whenever I'm weak is not going to help me be strong. Calling me weak when I'm feeling like the world is against me is not going to help me prevail through any of the things that's going on in my head. If you want to help somebody that's going through it mentally, telling them what they shouldn't do is not how to help. It's not. Hey, Amanda, I love you. It's like you want to be that person that helps. But if you say the wrong thing, I wouldn't even really say it's your fault. But if you don't know what to say to somebody when they're going through something, just don't say nothing at all. Send them to somebody who helps encourage you. But if you can be that one to help encourage somebody, to help push them out of their funk, then do it to the best of your ability. Don't compare, just help. Sometimes I just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes my journal isn't enough. Ever since I started menopausing, it hasn't been just enough. It hasn't. It's like, I know that I don't want to be depressed. I know that this is happening because of menopause. But that doesn't stop it from happening. It doesn't stop the feelings from being there. It doesn't stop the sadness. It doesn't stop me from crying. Sometimes I just randomly cry. Out of nowhere. Sometimes I can't sleep. And I don't want to keep waking my wife up because she has to work. So if you're menopausing right now, due to a total hysterectomy, my heart goes out to you. Because I get it. I'm there. I feel these feelings every day. Even though I don't want to. Even though I'm like, okay, Nelly, get up, girl. You ain't depressed. Come on, let's put some lipstick on, makeup, do these eyebrows. That's not stopping it at all. It still happens. It's still an overwhelming feeling of depression that I feel. According to studies, they say living in a low anxiety place is very helpful for your mental health. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, right now, they're saying Fremont, California is the most low stress, low anxiety place to live. So if you are one of those ones that's like, you know what? I want to get out of where I live and go somewhere that's better for my mental health. And if you are planning that, they say the best city to be in is Fremont, California. Because we all know that our environment can be the cause of our mental health issues either staying or intensifying. If you know for a fact that in your neighborhood, everybody always gets robbed, that's not going to make you wake up like, yeah, good morning. Hey, guys. Yeah, it's not going to make you wake up and do any of that. You're going to be like, fuck. I got to get a new window. Fuck, I got to. That type of stuff causes anxiety. That type of stuff causes depression. Knowing that you got to keep paying these bills. Bills on top of bills on top of bills. That can cause anxiety and depression too. And even though it's called being an adult, that's what it's called, being an adult, having to have responsibilities. But they don't tell you growing up that being an adult and having all these responsibilities can cause a major depression. They don't tell you that when you become an adult, anxiety goes at an all-time high. They don't tell you that. They just expect for you to be able to deal with it because you're an adult. But what if you can't get the right job that pays not only for your bills, but also the necessities that you need on the side? When you have to pick and choose what you pay for, that can put you in a depressed state. You like, I know I gotta pay this bill, but if I don't pay this one first, but this one is due the next day, but then this one is gonna take up all my money. Having to go through that with no help, especially those single moms, single dads, that type of stuff can put you in a depressed state. It can put you where you don't want to be. And then you don't want to say anything to anybody because these are adults too, and they're adulting. They're going through the same thing as me. But guess what? They might not have a felony on their record to where they can't get the right job that pays the right amount of money to take care of you and the things around you. So then people fall into being on drugs. They become drug addicts because they don't know no other way to get out of that depressive way except for self-medicating. And sometimes self-medicating means doing hard drugs. Sometimes self-medicating means being a drunk. Sometimes self-medicating means doing something that you don't want to do. You weren't expecting to do heroin, but you also wasn't expecting everything to pile on you at one time. Losing a child, losing a mother or a father. Just saying. Life, like I said, be life. But when your environment around you is so stressful, it makes it hard to do daily activities. Simple tasks. It makes it hard to think straight when all you keep thinking about is this bill, that bill. I'm about to get kicked out of this house. My light's about to get turned off. They're about to take my car. Feeling of being worthless, useless, like, it gets hard out here. If you haven't done any research on Project 2025, you should do your own research. Don't leave it up to me to just give you all the information. But I will say that it will affect people with mental health issues. Also, anybody that's on disability. Like I said, do your own research and you'll see all the fuckery that the Project 2025 comes with. Be careful who you vote for. Because not everybody is for your mental health. Not everybody is for disability. And you'll see that. You'll notice that. Do your own research. That's all I'm going to say. There's currently a research on cutting off family. I don't know if you guys have heard about it or seen it. But it really rang true to me because it happened. It happened to me. And it wasn't that I cut my family off. My family actually cut me off. And I will tell you guys this. If you're one of those parents that don't know how to be a parent when your child tells you that they're gay, you need the work. You need the help. They don't need the help. Contrary to what people may believe. Because in some states they would say being gay is a mental health issue, but it's not. It's not. If you are one of those ones that disown your child because of who they love, you're the one with the issue. Not them. Not them at all. You are the one with the issue. So in this study, what they're saying is cutting off family can better help your mental health. They're saying that cutting off the family is on the rise. Families have been cutting each other off. Here lately, I'm sure that some of you guys that have been so tight, I'm talking about this tight with your family, you notice that you're arguing more. They don't even talk to you anymore. It's been a lot of that going on. I said, last year I said on the podcast that parents are going to start arguing with their kids. Sisters are going to be arguing with sisters. Brothers are going to be, I said that last year, and I said that after I was disowned, and I still haven't spoke to my family since. Has my mental health gotten a whole lot better since they cut me off? Yes, it has. And I didn't realize how stressful my family was. I didn't realize how much it was putting or doing, what it was doing to my mental health until they actually cut me off. And I'm not gonna lie, at first it hurt. I cried probably like a week. I did. But at the end of the day, when it was all said and done, I realized that if you loved me like you said you loved me, then there's nothing on this earth that I can do as your child that will make you disown me or stop talking to me or not love me anymore. But it happened. So in this study it says that a lot of parents are mad that therapists are promoting cutting off family. Have you ever had a family member that was so toxic that it had you like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm coming or going? Hey Queen, I love you. Family can be toxic just like the next person can be toxic. What makes you think that just because they're family that they can't be toxic to you? What makes you think that just because they're family that they can't drain everything out of you? They can literally take your mental health from up here to down here in 2.2 seconds. And because you're their daughter or their son, they think that they can get away with it because we're family. That's what family does. But we're always going to come back together. No. When do you say no then? How do you think generational curses get broke? It's not by saying. It's not by keep putting up with the same bullshit. Because family sometimes can be the worst. Yep, it says family can be very toxic. Blood doesn't make you family. Exactly. Family can be so toxic, and they use the fact that they're family to keep on having those toxic ways and keep on doing you the way that they do you, because they know that at the end of the day, we family. We not going nowhere. But it comes a point in our life when we like, I am not going to keep allowing my family to gaslight me. Just because we're family does not mean that you could keep running over me. Just because we're family does not mean that you can just keep stepping on my feelings like they're nothing. And they do. They do that. Because I birthed you, is what they'll say. I brought you into this world. I could take you out. That's toxic. You don't think that affects people's mental health, hearing that? That you can take me out because you brought me in? What the fuck? That is nothing that you should say to your children, ever. If you think that is going to help them become a better person, then you are absolutely wrong. Thinking that just because we're family, that I have to keep putting up with the lies, with being deceived, being stolen from, being put in positions to where you want to cut yourself, being put in positions to where you like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm gonna survive. I want to kill myself. I don't want to be here anymore. Family can do that to you. So that's why therapists now are promoting cutting family off. Because just because you're a family doesn't mean that I have to put up with you talking down on me. I shouldn't have to put up with you making me feel less than because you birthed me. I shouldn't have to put up with you doubting me and downing me because that's how you feel. That's just what you want to say. If I'm like looking in the mirror and I'm like, oof, thinking that, in my head I'm thinking I need to lose some weight. Yeah, your fat ass do need to lose some weight. Well, just because you family doesn't mean that you could talk to me like that. But I'm letting you get away with it because you are my family. But how long do you let your family get away with disrespecting you, disrespecting your relationship, disrespecting everything around a baby? Just because they're family. It comes a time where you have to cut them off. And it hurts. Don't get me wrong. It hurts. Whether they cut you off or you cut them off, it's gonna hurt. Because this is your family. You don't expect to be beefing with your family. You don't expect to be going to war with your family. But you'll be surprised how many people are literally into it with their family because of those generational curses that they refuse to let go. But when it's time for you to let go, it's a no-go. Can't let it go because they don't want to let it go. What makes you think that if all your life your parents have been arguing and they've been unhappy, what makes you think that they want to see you happy? What makes you think that misery doesn't love company just because it's your family? Misery loves company. And if your family is miserable, and if your family is projecting that to you, how do you think you're going to project to society? You said it hurts, it cuts deep, and they don't deserve to be in my life. Yep. Yeah. Because they think that because you're family, you get away with it. You get a free pass. But there are no free passes for being disrespectful. There are no free passes to bring somebody's mental health down just because of you. Just because you're miserable in your marriage, you don't want your child to have a good marriage. You don't congratulate them. You don't. That will fuck somebody's mental up. Period. Just because you're family does not mean that I have to keep living with the generational curse. If I know that we have a generational curse and I'm like, I want to break that. You making me feel less than is not helping me at all. So I thought that study was actually kind of cool. You know, there's a lot of families cutting off families to this day. I remember when I first got out, my mom was a drunk when I first got out because she was dealing with the fact that I had went to prison and she still couldn't get over it. So she started drinking very heavy. So, of course, when I got out, her mental health wasn't where it should have been. And I was put in a position to where I wasn't able to go get a job and learn how to be in society because my dad guilt tripped me, telling me, your mother needs you. We was there for you the whole time you was in prison. Guilt trips is just gaslighting. Making me feel like I have to. Okay, so fuck getting a job, fuck learning how to be in society. Let me sit here and take care of my mom. And some people would. Some people would. But what about learning how to deal with things as well? I'm not all the way there. And I can't help you if I can't help me. But when you put so much into other people's mental health issues by obligation, because you have to, you don't even get time for yourself. You don't even get time to learn who you are. You don't get time to learn how to deal with your own mental health issues. So, cutting off family isn't a bad thing. Don't ever think that it's a bad thing. Don't ever think that you're wrong. Don't ever think that people are going to judge me. No, you'll be surprised how many people are actually having to cut off their family because their family is the one who don't want to get rid of the generational curse. They want to keep living in that. But we all don't have to live like that. We all don't want to live like that. Nobody wants to have mental health issues their whole life. But when you're living in a generational curse, it's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. If you're just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 Central Time. Make sure you follow Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok, and Big O. CouchChronicles.No Limits on Instagram, and my main YouTube Instagram, and my .com, which is THA, real JANELL. If you're just now tuning in, it's Mental Health Talk on the Couch. And if you didn't get a chance to hear everything, you can always listen on Spotify and Pandora. It will still be up. We're not finished yet. I still have some more things to say. Even though I'm in a lot of pain, I gotta get this out. I have to say all of this because it can help you, it can help me, it can help somebody. That is a big deal as far as generational curses, and generational curses can cause a lot of mental health issues. So please don't be afraid to cut anybody off if they are fucking with your mental, okay? If you guys didn't know, anxiety and depression is spiking right now among young people, and no one knows why. Well, I do. Y'all didn't know, but I know why. Because life be lifing. And those young kids, again, it goes back to generational curses. And I'm talking generational curses cause severe depression, can cause severe anxiety. More than 50 million Americans suffer from some form of mental health issues. Mental health. This is the thing. 50 million? Thank you. Guess how many of those 50 million are dealing with generational curses that they're still trying to break, but their family won't allow them to because they're living in that misery and they won't let you go. Be strong. Please be strong. When you shop for insurance, do you shop for insurance making sure that the mental health part is good? Leave me a comment on that. I really want to know if you guys actually take the time to make sure that you have coverage for any type of mental health issues that you may develop or may have. I'm going to play a song and I'm going to finish you guys up with a few more things to say. I do want to bring up a story that I read, but I want to say this. It may hurt, but you have to think about what's more important, your mental health or making a relationship work. And that goes for a family, that goes for a marriage, it goes for anything. If you know something is affecting your mental health in a negative way, you have to always think, what's more important? Fixing this relationship or making sure my mental health is good? Think about that. I'm gonna jump into another song and we are gonna finish it up. This one is called Cloudy Days. It's on my new Elevate album. If you haven't heard Elevate album, go run it up.
Some days it's cloudy other days. You can choose wrong or you can fix your ways. Life's too short to be playing games, but if you sure you gon' make a change, I know it's gon' be hard, but you gon' be okay. And do not give up even if you make the same mistake. Yeah, it's tough, so just try to get your head right. I know you're searching for some answer, and you was dead right. Yeah, you was. I know they tried to make you think that you was crazy. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. Now every time you come around, you just be scoping, don't be saying, I keep my mouth closed and I just listen. We never been on the same. You can say we different. It's hard to swallow when there's no chasing. So go ahead and push it. Let me take that toast with y'all. Some days it's cloudy after another day. You can choose wrong or you can fix your way. Life's too short to be playing games, but if you sure you gon' make a change, I know that you try hard and you gon' be okay. Please don't give up, cause I promise you gon' find your way. After the storm is up, you'll see it wasn't all for nothing. You'll see that it wasn't all for nothing. Hey.
Don't give up. Don't give up. You will see that even if you don't give up, it won't be all for nothing. Everything that you've done, it ain't all for nothing. Keep going. Keep staying strong. I promise you, I know it's hard. After I had this total hysterectomy, it put me in a whole different mind frame. I don't even feel like the same person. I don't. And it's tough. I'm not gonna lie. It is so tough. Because I don't have anybody that I can just call and just vent to just all day long. You know what I mean? I don't have that family that I used to have to call. But I do have my new family. And I'm very appreciative for you guys. And I know that I can call you guys now. I love y'all. Now, before we wrap it up, like I said, today is Mental Health Talk on the Couch, and I do it every month. So if you are one of those ones that come back and rewatch the couch, thank you so much. If you come back and rewatch YouTube, make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to tell somebody about the couch. Now, I don't know if you guys read or heard this story about a doctor who drove his family off a 250-foot cliff. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because, number one, he was a doctor. And you think all doctors are just doing good because they're doctors. They're making this and that money. No. Something was going on in his head to where he wanted to take himself out and his whole family. When you're going through a mental health issue, is it right to take out yourself and your family? Or should you leave them out of it? So this man drove over a 250-foot cliff and tried to kill his daughters or his kids and his wife and himself. They all survived. And now he is, they didn't give him prison time, but they charged him with 3 counts of attempted murder, which now he has to do a program where he won't be able to practice medicine anymore. He won't be able to smoke marijuana, drink alcohol, or see his wife or children. And that mental health program will be a 2-year-long program. So if you come back and rewatch and re-listen, do you think it's right that if you're having a mental health issue that you can make the judgment call to take out you and your family? Or do you believe that that's wrong? And should you get prison time? Or, me personally, I really believe that if someone is having a mental health breakdown or a mental breakdown, that is where they need to be sent somewhere to get mental health treatment, because sending them to prison, that's not what that is for. They're not gonna help you with your mental health in prison unless you specifically go to a class that still doesn't even help. And I'm just saying, you said, I feel like it's hard to judge someone if they aren't in control, but regardless, if somebody commits a crime, regardless of the statute or circumstance, the law needs to be upheld. Right. I also feel like they made the right call with sending him to a mental health facility. Because and I feel like they should do that more often. If you literally can tell, I love you, Nancy, that not even just can tell, but you know that somebody has had a mental breakdown, that's where they need the help at. They don't need to be rehabilitated at a prison, because that is not what that prison is for. The prison doesn't specify that. They're not there for that. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. If you are there and something happens, and that, if you was one of those ones that actually had to do a charge, and had to go to prison instead of them sending you to a mental health facility, then I don't believe that you'll come out of prison the right way. You won't have the help that you were supposed to get. Hey, welcome to the couch.
What's going on?
Nah, shit. Talk to me.
Man, every time you come on here, I gotta put my little 2 cents in.
I appreciate it.
Speaking on the whole mental health aspect of criminality, things like that, I feel like even though we understand that something may be in place to where somebody may not be able to control themselves, or be in full control of whatever it is they got going on, I feel like at the same time, you can't just give somebody a pass if they commit a crime. If I have a mental breakdown and I accidentally crash my car and kill somebody, I'm guilty of taking somebody's life, regardless of the circumstance, whether I was drunk, angry, mad, couldn't control my emotions, whatever it was. You know, it doesn't take away the fact that somebody's not here anymore because of my actions.
Mm-hmm. So when is it?
So I feel like,
When
go ahead.
when does a mental health facility come into play if somebody's having a mental breakdown and they end up doing something that literally they've never done before, they've literally never been in trouble before in their life, and then
I honestly feel like if you are in a position where you cannot control yourself, then you should be placed in a place where you are monitored, or if you're on the streets, somebody needs to be monitoring you and everything that you do. And it sucks to suck that you gotta have a chaperone or whatever, but it's like, with my 2-year-old, if I don't watch my 2-year-old, right, she's gonna do something she shouldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna wind up hurting somebody doing something. So it's like, if there's a situation like that, then the person who's responsible for that person
Mm-hmm.
should be the one that bears the brunt of the punishment.
Mm-hmm. What if somebody doesn't have control of?
Let the kids out of class and the kids go get hurt.
Right.
And the teacher's like, well, they're not kids, so.
But what if you
It's like
literally,
they're responsible.
what if you literally it just happens all in one day? Should you be punished? Should.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The law's the law, and we can't bend it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the minute you start making exceptions, the minute you take it from black and white to, oh, there's a gray area, then there's too much room for error. Any room for error is too much.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because then you'll end up having people committing crimes and just automatically using the mental health part, saying, "Oh, well, I was having a breakdown."
Yeah, oh, well, the last dude who got a breakdown served 45, so you can go join him.
Right. And luckily, and I don't mean to say luckily, but this young man that I was just speaking on, he's only getting 3 years in a mental health, or 2 years in a mental health facility, but with 3 counts of attempted murder. It says not getting the mental health that you need in prison is why you have suicide. Exactly. Because if you literally are having a breakdown and then they just say, okay, well, you tried to kill such and such, we're going to send you to prison. You get in there and you don't have the help that you need. Then you get to mind fucking yourself and you like, oh my God, I'm in this prison with no help. That's why they have those, what do they call it, therapeutic seclusion.
But at the same time, we can't be blatant to the fact that if you knew you had a weak mind, then it's very clear that people who struggle with these things, there's very clear signs, right? As an adult, if you do not go and get yourself help, when you inevitably go off the deep end, I have to hold you accountable.
Right.
Because you knew, hey, it's getting bad. You knew that.
Yeah.
And you didn't do nothing about it.
Yeah. So if you guys are watching, get the help that you need. If you feel like you're going to have a breakdown, if you feel like you can't take it, don't be ashamed to say that. It's no reason to be ashamed because, like I said before, life be lifing. It do.
Hey, nobody said life, it was going to be easy, fun, a good time, not that. It was promised in life, except at some point for some uncertain amount of time it would exist. That's it. It could be 5 minutes. It could be. You're not guaranteed a good life. You're just life of some sort.
Exactly.
So it's like we have to be appreciative of what we have around people we got around us. And at the same time, we also got to hold ourselves and the people around us accountable.
That's true. That is so true. That is so true.
On a second note, I do want to say I'm glad to see you're okay.
Thank you.
You know, I know that little situation that had happened, but I'm happy to see you still here and still, you know, even when it happened and you was like, hey, I'm still posting, this is what's going on.
Mhm.
Like, so I appreciate that as a friend.
Thank you.
You know, that you stood tall, and I love to see it. You know, I'm here to support. That's what we
Thank
do.
you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I try to do everything I can to practice what I preach because not only am I here for you guys, but you guys have been here for me as well. And really, my podcast has brought me a lot of joy. And even though I know some people talk shit, you know, you damn near on your deathbed and you still going live and this and this and that. Well, yeah, I gotta prevail. I gotta push through, you know. So.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but on that same note, on what you just said, like, I'm a living testament to it. Like, I've been a fan of the show for a long time. I've been on the show now probably more than anybody else.
Yeah.
Like, this show helps people.
Thank you.
And regardless of what's going on, like, we as content creators and people who provide service, it's our duty to uphold that service regardless of what's going on.
Exactly.
So, like, it shows how dedicated, how true you are to what you do. You know what I mean? And that shows.
Hey, shout out to everybody that's new. I see y'all in the comments. Thank you.
Miami in the building.
For real. I definitely appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much, for real. And I love you, Casper, for always being there for me and for always supporting the
You
couch.
know what it is with me. You know what it is with me.
Period. You guys, this mental health talk on the couch. As I'm wrapping it up, I do appreciate everybody that tuned in. If you didn't get a chance to catch the whole episode, you can always go back and rewatch and re-listen. I do mental health talk every month on the couch. I also do other subjects, so make sure you tune in. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you'll never miss. Because sometimes whenever I have live interviews with different people, I like to keep it real exclusive, and I like to keep it just on Spotify, Pandora, and YouTube. So make sure that you follow everywhere. Shout out to all my couch potatoes that was tuned in. If you need help, don't be afraid to ask for help. If you need somebody to talk to, yes.
It is everywhere. There are so many services that are free and dedicated to helping you.
Exactly.
All right? There are so many people who solely dedicate their lives to making sure people who are struggling have somebody.
Exactly.
And they're there for a reason. Utilize the tools that are given to you.
Yes.
Because they're there.
Yes. They are, and there are people that actually give a fuck.
To a temporary problem.
There's people who give a fuck. There's people who would love to talk and listen to you. So please just know that if you need to reach out to the couch, you can always reach out to the couch. I don't care what I'm going through. I'm going to be here for y'all. So I love you guys so much. Period.
If you have an issue, my DMs are always open.
Exactly.
I'm trying to go to school for this to become a psychologist and a therapist. If you need somebody to talk to, there are people who are more than willing to give the time.
Exactly. I definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. I love you guys so much. It's only Monday. I'll be back on tomorrow. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow at 8 Central Time. Have a good night. It's the Couch Chronicles, where there ain't no fucking limits. I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Casper. Love you.
You know what it is, love you first.
Love you too. That's my guy. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I see you, Nikki. I love you so much. I will be back tomorrow on the couch. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. Hey. That was Spotify, Pandora, thank you so much for tuning in. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits.